Welcome.
So yeah, I suppose somebody gonna do the intro. Welcome to the SaltyEU stream. Yep. What number is it? I lost the count. Number 153, right? Should be.
It
right
is number 153.
So yeah,
carefully adjusting the images is awesome. I struggle with it.
Okay,
meanwhile, so
fire. What do we have today? Today we have like the top 8 only stream, but should be high because like coming off of the Arc World Tour event like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I mean,
and we looking at the bracket, we're gonna see some people who went pretty deep into the bracket, like in the Arc World Tour event.
Yeah, we already got Zato-VaN hanging out, getting ready to face off against Tiger Pop. I think that's it, actually. At least from who I saw on top 8, it's just Zato-VaN that's made it a deep run this time around. But yeah, I mean, with the Arc World Tour event, we got to see the cool facet. It's a similar kind of hype you get from a post-major type of Salty, where certain people are taking a little bit easy, right? Taking a rest, still traveling back from the country where the event happened. So you get to see a little different names crop up in the top 8 side of stream. So that even comes with some character variety, because well, when it's a regular SaltyEU, as what we have now, considering that in our top 8 we have Tiger Pop, Zato-VaN, PataChu, and Ross, and there are still some familiar names working their way up to the loser side, so we'll still have to see how that side develops. But we know their characters, we know how they play. It's still very, very fun regardless, but of course there's always that little spice and difference that you get with well, a region-locked event and post-major type salties that you can't really pass up on.
Yeah, you're right. But like Zato-VaN, he's not usually playing online tournaments. I don't see him in a lot of the brackets. So like, and especially because it's one of the surviving Zato players. It's like,
oh no,
like
he plays quite frequently. I think he took a bit of a break, but he's definitely been in full swing. So much so, even I see him in other games as well. So man's definitely busy, and like you said, last bastion of Zato.
Other games, but yeah. But who do we have even in Europe, like who still plays Zato? Like I know Sechi.
At least like okay, so as of late in brackets, it has just been Zato-VaN, but of course we have Yoish, Shinky. Those two come to mind as other Zato enjoyers.
Ah, right. That I haven't seen Sechi in a while.
Oh, and Sechi, right?
But yeah, like the consensus is Zato is like in kind of an okay space, balance-wise, with the new toys and like I don't know, but a lot of people just dropped the character like after the disaster patch that happened to Zato.
Yeah, this is a whiles away. So, Ace, we're gonna need a stream. You want us to commentate? Heads up.
Yeah, we're gonna need the game. Because I already see like on the stream Tiger Pop launching Zato-1, but like, yeah.
It's like, okay, so Zato-VaN has in fact put Tiger Pop into the corner. We see the jump out is temp, but the 6B is going to anti-air. Unfortunately, the charge does facing the wrong way there, but still, it's going to be Tiger Pop back towards the corner, but does find an opportunity to match up. Looking for the stomp here. You see so much FD being used to create a little bit of space here, trying to approach carefully. Doesn't want to accidentally have Eddie be clapped out there, but here we go. Leap pushes Tiger Pop into the corner of the opposed to control space, but the J2K stomp there will not chase me down.
Still burst, yep. Just gonna use it here, just trusting that Zato-1 gonna take the round. Okay, now Zato-1 in a good position to take it all with the wall break. Yes, it's gonna be enough.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I mean, it's very interesting to always see these two characters because they do represent very similar, similar functions to one another. But here we got Tiger Pop starting off things kind of simple. You see the IBFD, and that kind of shook up the pressure game plan there a little bit. But the opposed to cover and the big anti-air is going to prop the first one for Tiger Pop.
It's difficult timing to just absorb the bullet with the Zato, but yeah, Zato-1 tried to go for it and pay the price with the wall break.
Definitely.
It's a tricky timing, you know, to reflect the bullet. But
yeah,
I don't know, Zato-1 is the one who can go for this kind of stuff, because you know we've seen ABFDs coming out of this man.
a.b.a there, beautiful star there, and of course the RC to finish things off here. Round a piece to both players. Zato-VaN is sitting on that burst, however, we see the fadeaway attempt trying to deploy the curse, but Zato-VaN is having none of that, immediately chasing down there. But the 2P mash there, Invite Hell, unfortunately mistimed. It's not able to hit that immediate enough. But still, Zato-VaN is very much in control, finds the overhead. It's going to use... Oh no, going to go for the slump here. This time?
Wait, is it enough? Was there more first?
Should be. Yeah, it's more.
Yeah?
Big damage.
And so, map number 1 goes to Zato-VaN, coming off of the hype of the event, of the Arc World Tour. Was Zato-VaN second or third place? I didn't catch it.
Second place.
Second place, alright.
If I'm not mistaken. Can quickly take a look at that, because it was most definitely Scarf that won that. I even liked the... I should have liked top 8. Yeah, second place. That wave came in third.
Alright. And also TigerPop, he's sticking with the Happy Chaos maybe, but for the last good portion of the year, for TigerPop it was a.b.a and Happy Chaos on rotation. But a.b.a kind of feels miserable against that, right?
Yeah, especially when she's without just rage gauge, right? It's like the slow movement is going to be a big struggle for her to try and get across the screen, where Zato-VaN has so much control. So TigerPop is likely trying to hedge the bet where, as you can see, Zato-VaN has a lot of control over his opponent. Equally, TigerPop could display that same level of game plan if they're able to find that first hit upon Zato-VaN.
There is a verse, but Zato-VaN just gonna chip him out. Yeah, step to the reverse play immediately. Okay, alright. Now it's gamble, all or nothing for TigerPop. Okay, good start with the jungle picks up. Now is it enough for the wall break? Yeah, the right distance is right here, yeah, alright. So yeah, off of positive bonus, let's see what's gonna happen. Again, IDFD, Zato-VaN just messed the whole pressure up for TigerPop.
Yeah, now we see the strength of... oh wow, that 2S is just barely able to reach far enough. TigerPop does take the burst from Zato-VaN, but definitely solid control there towards the end. Trying to back away, but Zato-VaN is not letting up at all. Trapped in the corner now, has to hold this pressure. Does go for the deflect shield. Unfortunately, it connected with the Eddie first, so Zato-VaN's going nowhere at all. The flights on the same side. The combo rather simple, having no Eddie to be able to extend it. The 2S of Bari is going to find a quick knockdown. Here comes the pressure. Good throw tech from Zato-VaN. Now it's a matter of finding the anti-air, but still, it's going to... Whoa, what a throw!
Oh, insane grab. Yeah, off of the RC, we can finish it off. 2-0 for Zato-VaN.
Yes, Alright, absolutely on fire. So, like you said, maybe we'll see the a.b.a coming out here from TigerPop, as so far the Happy Chaos hasn't really been sticking the landing for them. So, no, okay, they're gonna tough it out.
Yeah, because I've seen the first week I've seen Sechi play against a.b.a, and it was miserable without the gauge. She was just zoned out with full screen with 80. It was impossible to watch.
Yeah, that does make sense, but if you're losing on the first touch anyways, and at this point, right, you've kind of already had 2 relatively miserable games on Happy Chaos, you might just try to shake things up and see if another character can make something happen.
Speaking of different characters, TigerPop definitely can pick up somebody like Kai, for example. I've seen him play Kai a lot, in previous seasons at least.
Ooh! You want to get the throw crush going, and I think that's the wall splat. However, not going to get enough meter for the kill. Opting to get the slump instead. Doesn't want to take it back to the mid screen. Maintaining the pressure. The YRC goes unbaited, and here's a chance now for TigerPop to make some damage. Does find the J2K, not enough meter for the wall break, but the jump back. Going to go for the aggressive burst. Wants to keep him in the corner. Wall splat. Slump.
It's like we're back to season 2 with the wall slumps in this round. But TigerPop not gonna quite kill, but off of the hard knockdown should be hard for Zato-VaN, and yeah, just run up 5D.
Very cool, very cool. Alright, round on the board now for TigerPop. Can they bring it all the way home now for that? Put one on the scoreboard at least. And there's a wonderful burst break to start things off with.
Oh, no, not quite enough to swap the corner. Zato-VaN. Okay, gonna go through the wall without the super. Tiger, how are you gonna spend it? Oh no, 2K gonna reach the BRC.
Yeah, fortunately a little bit of a tricky position, sitting on next to no resources at all, but now just down to the final bullet. Does disable Eddie for the time being and finds the same side mix-up. Very tricky indeed. The good block on the BRC overhead there by Zato-VaN, now trying to patiently wait it out, especially that they have no more bullets left, but still is going to get enough damage off the normals alone. Tiger Pop puts one on the scoreboard.
All right, we are stabilizing. We are finding the gaps.
And most
Holy
certainly
shit,
is
it's
a
official.
momentum game between these two, right? Who can definitely score the first hit, which is kind of also shown in the fact that Tiger Pop likes to burst, or has shown that they like to burst towards the end of the round, because they believe off that reset alone they can definitely take control and put Zato-1 in a really painful position.
Huge roster from Zato-1. Also, like, we've seen a couple of IBFDs coming out of Zato-1, and maybe Tiger decided just to switch up the timing on the pressure, just to not to get IBFD'd. And maybe this one will trying to chase him. Zato-1 with the 80 gauge. Oh no, the huge counter hit. This can be it. Oh no.
Oh wow, what a
bullets
throw crush there.
to finish it off. And still not enough bullets. It's just
Gunless,
who
happy
needs the
chaos.
gun, man? Who needs the gun?
Who needs it? Just stomp him to death. Beautifully done there by Tiger Pop now, playing it a little slow. The 2S challenge does put Eddie off the board. Now, we've seen Zato-1 do some really good blocks through this situation. Now the 5P as well to find the answer to escape. There's so much tension being put towards the FD to create a little bit of space between them two. Wow. Okay, just stuff him, headbutt it back.
All right. Okay, now it's a bit tough with the debuff for Zato-1. Again, good IBFD, but Tiger probably anticipated it just to run up grab. Yeah. So 2-2-2.
Yeah, that'll do it. Tiger Pop now evening up the score 2 apiece. So the momentum that we saw earlier on Zato-1 is now shifted towards Tiger Pop. These early round wins converting to just a very difficult situation that Zato-1 struggles to get out of, which is very natural for the Zato character, being that Zato can only really rely on system mechanics to play defensively. There is no reversal super, much like Happy Chaos in that matter. So they do have that sort of was a different side of the same coin aspect to them, where they're effectively these puppet characters that want to put you in this blinding pressure sequence where they have an alternative means to hit you to cover for their oh my god.
Again, Zato-1 again tried to reflect the bullet, but no, didn't happen. Alright, now it's Zato-1's turn to turn up the pressure. Now, you should take this round, because if you lose, no, alright, it's all good for Zato-1. Because if you lose off of pressure like this, it's gonna crumble you mentally. Now, a bit more conservative round start.
Oh, he's been throwing every single one of these roll-through attempts there by Tiger Pop. Blocks the J2K, but unfortunately gets opened up by the stagger pressure there. Gets chucked open. Blocks out the taco kick. The patience, the reactions on the tap dust no less as well. Doing absolute miracle work here.
Just showing off how to defend against. It's like if you struggle against Happy Chaos, you just textbook example of Zato-1 how he does it. All right, we're going through the wall. Hard knockdown situation. Probably gonna put a debuff on Zato. No, just run up and mix.
Yeah, that'll do it for sure. Down to set point for both sides, and Zato-1 is definitely getting that burst gauge active very shortly, but Tiger Pop not too far off their own.
They're gonna need it right now. The 80 just a little bit off mark. To KTD, it's Tiger's Pop now. Is it enough to carry all the way to the corner? Oh, yeah, it's Happy Chaos, of course it is.
I expect with that 6S towards the end. Drop him against the wall. Deploy the Deus Ex Machina. Down to half health here for Zato-1. We're looking for a throw. Bait off that shimmy. Tiger pressure getting called out by the 5P there. Very aggressive first bait. Dropping the combo, waiting things out. And once more we see similarly, Zato-1 is very hungry for that burst from Tiger Pop.
Alright. The full RC sequence. Also, there is a full meter for Tiger Pop. Burst coming out. Okay, now this is. We are back to season 2. No, we are going for the next Tiger Pop. What's it gonna be? How are you gonna? Oh no, is this it? No, there is no drop combo.
Wow.
And the final shot. Yeah, this did way more damage than I expected. But Also, Zato made it out of paper, to be fair.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, especially with a character like Happy Chaos that can score multiple hits, but it, it was truly unfortunate for... oh, okay. Welcome, Blazops, and the 12 people hopping on over. Thank you for hopping in, and I think that's as good a time as any to remind everybody that despite being in the top 8, we still have a match arena to have codes be claimed, so we're down to 29 already. Everybody's putting in some solid work on that front, so for those that haven't yet claimed their code, hit that exclamation mark, match Reno, hop on over, hit the claim code button, sign in with a service of your choice if you haven't done so already, and then once you've completed that process, you'll contribute 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps, and you'll be supporting these players who are coming in week after week to put on this really, really high level entertainment all for you for free.
Yeah, it's a bit Blazops rated the stream, so it's a little bit of a spoiler. I've seen them in the bracket, but they didn't make it to top 8, so yeah. But still a good run, I guess. Like top 16, I believe, or like top 32 for today's bracket. So yeah, the next match is gonna be PataChu versus Andros. So the one of the usual ones for the SaltyEU.
I mean, it was so usual, in fact, that it was the top 3 for EVO France. That was a really heartwarming thing to see. That just the top 3 was a Salty classic.
Yeah, the good old Salty classic. It's like it's almost like to use the football term, like what did they call the El Clasico, or like Real Madrid versus the Barcelona or something. I didn't watch football for same. I just have some friends who watch football a lot, and they always say like the El Clasico or some shit. I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct me on that. But yeah, who do we have? Oh, we have Zone climbing their way to the top 8 on the lower half. Right now we have Resil versus Joe the Conductor fighting for the spots. Goose versus Shocker, and IndoorTurtIe versus Color. Alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, despite who it's either gonna be PataChu or Andros who are gonna meet Tiger Pop at the end. It's also gonna be the usual Salty classic, the rotation of the top 3.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Andros is being placed in C3 as of late. I mean, prior to recent events, he was looking absolutely unstoppable on the Potemkin, but it may have made him enemy number 1 to the point that people really sat down to study what is this guy doing, how can we actually defeat him, what are the options that he's rotating, because from what I saw, what I can remember in hindsight from EVO France, was that a lot of his go-to options were being called out quite significantly, especially the way he likes to buffer out some of these pop busters. We saw a few whiffs that led to some really, really big opportunities, especially for Tiger Pop running that a.b.a, just able to ooze damage even through the big body and the big defense that is Potemkin.
It's still gonna be seen, right? I've seen PataChu sometimes switch the character, but not against Potemkin, right? They stick to Sin versus this matchup.
He does stick to Sin, but we have seen him once break out the Lucy, and it looked really cool, really interesting as well, especially how during pressure we'd see the hack super come out, and during that sequence PataChu would prioritize to get the meter penalty running, where if you're able to stack 3, if I'm not mistaken, it actually makes it so that you get 0 meter. And part of the benefit of playing Potemkin is that he's so tanky and so healthy, he can generate a whole lot of meter. But when that just gets shut down, you kind of lose one of the
specific counterplay, right?
Exactly. It's like you lose one of the really big aspects of playing Potemkin.
All right, but for now, it's the usual one. It's gonna be Sin versus Potemkin. A bit more aggression, but okay, good catch from the PataChu from the get-go. Oh, all right.
Patient now. Both understand the long-range diplomacy that they're trying to play at. No jump approach is going to find the regular throw here. And 3 close slashes. I mean, it's just such a loaded situation to let those close slashes rip, because there's a Potemkin buster, there's an anti-air waiting there. There's so much that Andros can do off of just that one normal alone that you cannot fault him just doing it 3 times and all being respected.
And also these two people, they're playing against each other for so long that like we're probably seeing like not the layer 1 but layer like we are 5 layers deep in their matchup against each other probably.
That's one of the
For now,
beautiful
first
things,
blood
especially
goes to Andros. Yeah.
when you're playing at such a high level, right, is that you can start things off at an extremely high layer already, and doubly so when you, like you said, play somebody frequently and a lot, that you even have some very unique options to play against them.
Alright, RTL, is it gonna work out? Did Andros press? No, they didn't. Okay, safe jump into the cheeks. Okay. Alright, Garuda gonna be deflected.
Very smart earlier from Andros, saw that the burst was coming up, decided to bait it out, however losing out on the poke war. You see PataChu cash out some of that meter for this hard knockdown. Both players around equal on the life total. The shimmy on the throw attempt beats out the 5P mash attempt, and it's a round apiece to both players.
Alright, and PataChu is not even losing that much in terms of resources. There is full burst from Potemkin, but the PataChu is not too far away from their burst. Alright, respecting the distance.
Nice, good check with the 2Ps there, and just getting a massive counter hit opening up Andros here. But the timings are a little bit off, and also the 2H. I wonder what that was looking for, but it did get punished very nicely here, and apparently PataChu is just expertly dancing around these options that Andros is trying to, because he's swinging for a lot of haymakers, especially with his life deficit he's at. He has to make something big happen, try and find that counter, that comeback.
He's gonna get punished. It's gonna be painful. Oh no, wait, going for the...
yeah, of course. Andros got these options. Unfortunately, he's gonna go for the Garuda instead, the PRC. Interesting.
Alright, maybe press the RC didn't trust that it's gonna connect. Yeah, the RC Podbuster are gonna take the first game to Andros.
It's so tragic for PataChu that you can start things off with so much control over your opponent, have all the right reads, but the Potemkin character just needs 2 of them, and especially with a starter to match, so the 6HS most certainly helped in that regards to just completely eviscerate the health total.
It's like in all the memes, right? All the meme edits like versus Potemkin, where it's like 90% of the round is sped up, and then at the end, Potemkin just does 2 Podbusters and it's over.
Hey, I mean, at some point, there's a little bit you got to consider where you kind of set yourself up for that situation. Of course, it's a very heavy RPS you're playing through, but man,
I mean, it's tough, yeah, but like it's the game we used to play. Like there used to be way worse characters than this Potemkin, this incarnation of Potemkin. So yeah, it's the game we love, it's the game we play.
If you word on that. Go a lot of RC being spent here just to push PataChu all the way into the corner. Does find himself a very nice counter hit punish here. Going to be using your RTL to reverse into that last bit of squeeze space to get that wall break and that hard knockdown. We're only on 1 bar of stamina, so options are a little bit limited, but this is going to definitely build some more time to get that stamina gauge riled up. Extension used, RC for the further damage pickup, and then it's enough for the Iron Barrel to follow suit with it. Still though, Andros hang on to it, sliver of health.
And yeah, just the back dash gonna get caught. I was kind of waiting for the hero burst before the wall break, but then after the wall stick, I was like, alright, Andros probably not gonna use the burst and save it for the next round.
Hang on to it very smartly. So what a counter hit here. Space control from PataChu has been very immaculate, but we have seen these type of rounds before where PataChu has this really good space control, getting a lot of major punishes going, but oh no, unfortunately, not the wall break there.
Alright, good with punishes on PataChu. Oh, now it's gonna do a lot of damage. And it's a setup, left, right, alright.
The drop there, but immediately PataChu picking up on that error, cashing out as hard as possible, and is in fact going to secure the round. I'm surprised to not see the... Actually, I wasn't paying attention to the burst gauge of Andros.
Yeah, but that thing was the reflector that was nasty on Andros. It's like...
I mean, he always got that mix-up confirmed off of that that reflect, like you said. But yeah, unfortunately, just that slight drop into a normal you want to be caught not whiffing, so just like 2S. Oh, sorry, the 2H, excuse me.
Oh, aggression from the Andros. Oh, good jump out from PataChu. No.
Boom, boom.
All right. Again, was the cheek set up with the same jump? No. The whole of it, how it plays out, PataChu needs to keep control of the distance and whiff punish Andros, but when Potemkin has meter, it just can happen like this.
Exactly.
Damn,
Has the meter, like you said.
caster curse. As soon as I start speaking about the distance control.
This is a suggestion to Potemkin with meter here, but unfortunately the Car Buster is slightly whipping, and there is going to be an optimal punish coming out here from PataChu, though. Low on stamina, has to play it slow here, let that tension gauge fill up, as well as that stamina bar. Find his cancels later on. The RC utilized to start his pressure on Andros' face. There we go, getting the throw. The classic PataChu throw. Whip, frame kill, gonna get that tap for the enhanced dust there. The wall break to follow, but just not enough damage to get the kill just yet.
Alright. Oh, this is gonna be so much damage. But still, PataChu will be alive.
For how long though?
Wait a second. 2k to D? Is it gonna get blocked? They still have meter to cancel out of it, so they're safe, and yeah. Not gonna fumble the round. PataChu staying alive.
Yeah, Angro's looking for a really aggressive interrupt there for that slow slash, as a matter of fact, but 2S doing godly work here, calling out whatever button Andros tried to press there. That's going to be the wall break without a hard knockdown, so immediately you can see him check the 5HS, advance on forward while PataChu is low on stamina, and there the aggressive burst through the RC no less, not being baited out by PataChu. Very interesting.
It looked like, for a second it looked like PataChu was baiting, but maybe they were like off timing on that one. Alright, the full meter on Andros, so PataChu needs to be very careful. Alright, 2-1. Andros taking the lead.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough here because like PataChu is most certainly playing a very slow and calculated game against Andros, but with the limited resources that Sin can be at in certain situations, for example, with after using some of the stamina to get these confirms running and then being put in a post wall break situation without a hard knockdown, having to play it slow, you may in situations kind of overextend yourself or just get the wrong timing slightly, and the massive damage that Potemkin's able to do without resources is something to definitely be scared of. But here we go, and very excellent start for PataChu. Already has Andros trapped to the corner and is going to be using the burst to try and break away from things, but the frame traps working off very nicely.
Right now, it's going to be a wall break. One minor inconvenience for PataChu, there is no like stamina resources for now for Pata, because they need to wait a little for it to come back, so they will kite a little. And Andros, feeling it, just goes in immediately. Alright, now the control is back to PataChu side with the RC, and yeah, like 2 bars of stamina. Oh no, it's one. The second one didn't recover. Is it enough to kill? No, not really, without the meter.
Pixel health here for Andros, and I respected 6HS on the off the rip, hoping for the Hail Mary, but PataChu understanding how quickly things can turn around if he overextends ever so slightly. He's going to play nice and safe, and once again finding a similar opening as before, but this time going to get the full wall break. No hard knockdown, and without stamina, has to play for these footsie confirms. Ooh!
Oh, good confirm. Now into the grab. Now there is a full meter. Gold burst coming out of the Potemkin. Oh no, the huge counter hit. Is burst gonna come out? Yeah, they're gonna interrupt it right here, right now. They don't want to deal with the whole Potemkin damage. It should be enough to kill, right? With the super.
Yeah, doesn't even need
without
it.
the super, yeah.
I don't know if he messed up the input there, but nevertheless paying off.
Still enough. It would have been so frustrating if it was a misinput and then didn't kill.
Right.
All is good. Crisis is averted. All good for PataChu. 2-2. Man, the first 2 games go into full distance. Just goes to show how close, how many like how many games they played against each other, how close everything is. On smallest margins, they take the win. But yeah, let's see the final game. What's gonna be? Aggressive answer from Andros. PataChu immediately spent the burst, not want to deal with the Potemkin damage.
Yeah, crucially as well before the heat tackle, so as to not suffer too much corner carry here, but able to challenge through the Hammerfall armor there. It's going to get the first out from Andros, and breaking the throw on the approach, but meter being spent. The late PRC from PataChu is an advantage situation, but the 2D to check things out, and there it is. The RPS up the close slash can be rewarded with the pop buster down to possibly one good hit on Andros' side to close out the round and put himself on set point here against PataChu.
Okay, good counter hit. There is no meter to convert it fully for the wall break, but still on a ruling position PataChu right now. There is meter. There is still 50 meter for PataChu, so they can be cancelled, or maybe they can try to risk something and yeah, just like that. Oh, to keep not managing to confirm it. All right, set points for PataChu. And sometimes it's so hard to like say something when the situation like this. There's like both players are off of one hit. But yeah, PataChu taking the lead again, taking some snacks, breaking the glass, saving the meter for the next screen, probably like to save them off of the RC cancel. But yeah, just like that. Immediately, the burst coming out of Andros. Remember, there is still burst for PataChu, so they can take control if they want to.
I like that, going for the L cut there, straight into the... Oh, wow, big Hammerfall. We saw a wild assault attempt there to try and break through the Hammerfall armor. Chase down the PRC, going to the other side. Good block set from PataChu, but so many close slashes. Eventually, you're going to break through one of them. You see some good pressure coming out here, looking to get that whiff punch, but the big driver there to call out. I think that was a heavy slash attempt there from Andros. It's not going to be enough to kill just yet, though, but Andros is in a very tough pinch here.
And the close slash gonna finish it all. PataChu managing to clutch it out. And they're gonna be rewarded with the winner finals against Tiger Pop.
Seeding still immaculate as always from Mr. Ace. I mean, somehow he does it, right? We got 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the top 4 winner side. And 1 and 2 making their way over to the winners finals. So that means that Andros and Zato-1 are now waiting in the loser side, which have fully developed. Resil versus Son, as well as Goose versus IndoorTurtIe.
Speaking of seeding, the only upset in terms of seeding is Goose, seed number 19, coming into the top 8. We only lack number in top 8 number 7. And Blazops was actually number 7, alright. But yeah, Ice almost was the perfect seeding. Now it's gonna first match is gonna be we're gonna have Resil, right? For the first game. Yeah, Resil is already in the room. How many codes do we still have left? Let me check. Exclamation point Macherino. I cannot type, man. Let
25.
me just.
So,
did I claim the code? I should, right? Because yeah.
If you log in, it'll say the button will be grayed out. So if your button isn't grayed out, make sure to remedy that ASAP. Claim the remaining codes. We are thankfully halfway there, and still some time to go. But don't let that get the best of you, as time can fly when you're having fun. So make sure to head on over, hit those claim codes. We have 2 more viewers than the total amount of codes possible to be claimed. We should be able to get this wrapped up and support these players, as we're going to be having Resil versus Son coming up next. The Bedman versus the Ram.
Bedman is also like one of those characters that is specific to our region, right? Because I don't really see Bedman outside of EMEA, and like for some reason we have like two or three high-level players on bet.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, similarly, I feel like we don't see too much Anji. We have Lemmings, of course, but it's always going to be a question whether or not he can make an appearance or make it all the way to top 8. But in NAs, there's Anjis aplenty.
Oh yeah. Also, like I've seen a lot of people say that like pots is also kind of an outrage, the outrageous amount of pots in Europe. But like, I don't know. I feel like I see more of EMEA players playing Potemkin.
Maybe.
But for now, Zon gonna take control of the situation right now. Still, the first round went to Resil, and now Ram is in full control of the screen. The Wrecker, alright, giving him a jump up. Okay, good catch air from air to air. Gonna be rewarded with a heavy knockdown of Mortabata.
Oh wow!
Blocked.
Build over. We see the aggressive burst here from Son. Wants to keep Resil trapped in his corner, but unfortunately, gonna get the back throw instant there. Now trapped in the corner. We're looking to get these errors. The bomb head is gonna come out. We're gonna see a purple or gray beat combo here, excuse me. As we find the finish with the wall break off of the super, the hard knockdown in a very scary situation. Just deploying the bomb for the safe approach. Wires need to create a little bit of space, and Son is trying to fish for with these sword normals, but the JS strikes once more.
And 1-0 goes to Resil. But yeah, Zon was like trying to keep control of the screen, but Resil just found the gaps in the pressure, and like as you saw, was like close slash or was the grab into the wall, and just immediately flipped the situation. Slop and gap. What are these words, man? Are we like adding to the FGC glossary right now?
I think slop should definitely go up there because it's made. I think it's the most common thing you hear now, and when people are just genuinely disappointed in how some people play, which is of course relative, but it's a fantastic way to explain your discontent with the performance of somebody.
But there is still burst for Resil. They probably gonna leave it for the next screen, or maybe for the next round. I don't know. I don't see Resil use the hero burst a lot, so maybe they're gonna save it for now. But yeah, they don't really need it because they took back control of the situation on the next screen. And Zon, okay, good dash. Actually,
very
insane
nicely
dash,
done indeed, but Bed still will strike. And despite the life disadvantage, we can see Resil just go for a little bit of zoning, trying to build up that meter for that super. Finds the entry after the end anyways. But the PRC is going to set up for a beautiful punish here by Zon, and converts all the way into the corner of the Mortabata there to take the round on the chance to equalize the set.
Oh, good catch. Air to air from Bedman. Now, again, Ram is taking control of the screen, puts him back in the corner. Now, what Zon needs to do is not to not fall victim of the gap catches from Resil. Alright. Yeah, as you see, Resil trying to go for the interrupt, probably with the jab.
Nicely done there. So, indeed, between these two players, we've seen a matter of momentum being the main deciding factor of how these rounds seem to be playing out, as those who score the first hit and are able to use their disjointed pressure tools, right, the swords from Ram or the errors from Bedman, to set up for some very scary mix-up situations, be it throws, be it instant or repeatable overheads and such. Especially the way that Zon likes to mix off of swords is so cool to see, because part of his game plan is also to trap you right before the sword would explode, so catching you in sort of this sense of ease where you think like, not much is going to happen, the sword is going to explode and then I have to worry.
Oh, okay. Good play for distance, but no, Resil gonna catch them into the corner. Alright, the full pressure from Bed. Good interrupt on Zon's side. Now they're gonna steal the corner and take the wall break with the heavy knockdown. Alright, there is still a lot of meter for Resil, so they can activate the install maybe, like they did in the previous round. But now it's gonna be.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna give too much chances over to Resil here. The jump in, gonna go for the cat scratches to start things off with. And Zon taking the slight lead here with the 1 round advantage. Both players having the burst available. The air-to-air from Zon, bringing Resil down to the ground. Gets the throw. Currently just keeping the damage kind of light. And that could have been a real good starter there, but the burst comes out from Resil to bring him back. But still, just aggression from Zon to keep him trapped in the corner consistently.
Oh, good shimmy. And the sword exploded, and yeah, it's gonna be heavy knockdown again. Now Zon in full control. This can be it with the damage for Mortabata, yeah. immediate,
Very
like
solid
back to
from
back rounds from Zon.
See if Resil can find his grip here a little bit, because currently, like, it's been some really good call outs on Zon's behalf to make sure that Resil effectively never really gets to play. And I don't think we've got to see Resil do his classic 2P mash really to try and escape situations. Might be a sign of just how scary the pressure from Zon is, that it's not really too incentivized to press in a lot of situations.
Yeah, because like in the first game it kind of worked out, but then Zon just changed their pressure a little without leaving any gaps, and yeah, and for now it pays off for Zon. Okay, shimmy or 5D, and we are going to break the glass without the meter this time, but still positive bonus for Zon. Now Resil, okay, trying to back control, but there is still burst. Oh no, the huge counter hit.
Nice.
No, alright. 5D again with the exploding sword.
Still though, not enough meter to get the super to possibly find the killing blow here, but has the life lead. Can play it a little slow, tries to once again smite him from the sky, but ends up, is that a rock? What up?
It's a rock, yeah. Yep. You are correct. It was the rock.
Welcome back, rock.
Resil now playing for the zoning strategy and catching was good with air-to-air. Now they are somewhat back in control. Zon still have some distance, not quite in the corner, but good. What a situational awareness from Resil, just adjusting the combo. And again, huge counter hit. Probably, I may be mistaken, but like seeing how Zon tried to FD everything, then maybe they messed up the FD without the macro in that situation.
Might be. Still though, Resil showing some signs of life here. Is able to take a round. Now set up for possibly tie up the score here, but being so down on the burst gauge does mean that if Zon is able to escape this pressure just like that with a beautiful cat scratch in the air, it's going to be, especially depending on the hit, that Zon might find some very scary damage that he's going to have to hold.
Alright, positive bonus for Zon, and now good catch with the fast slash. Alright, now again the setup but deflection is gonna come out for Bedman. Yeah, this can, no, not quite enough. The wall break happened way faster than Zon expected. Now spending aggressive burst just to keep the bed in the corner, but the grab gonna finish it, and Zon takes it 3-1.
Yeah, we're gonna be stuck on this screen for a little bit as that lasted a minute there, but yeah, like you said, Zon finishing off 3-1, very much in control, and unfortunately Resil is going to have to depart us here. Having made it to the top 8 nevertheless, right, is a very impressive feat, especially over some of the names along his way. But sadly, c'est la vie, the end is here. So up next we're gonna be having Goose versus IndoorTurtIe, and Goose coming up at seed 19th, making some significant upsets to get into this position. It's a question of can they keep the upset party running?
Let me check who put them in the lower half. Let me see. Oh wait, they went to the lower bracket relatively early. I still cannot find them. Let me just.
Loser side demon?
Yeah, Junko put them immediately, almost immediately in the... Wait, bracket? Yeah, like game 1. Oh, no, game 2 they were put to the lower half of the bracket and they went all the way. And so yeah, it's like they're on some lower half of the bracket demon shit right now.
Yeah, I mean, some players really do kick it up a gear whenever they hit the loser side, because it's basically the way you like seeing them play, because something goes off in their head that's like, oh wow, there's no more second chances left in this loser side. I gotta be on it, like 100%, just geek out, because what's left, the void. So thinking about like especially some tournament players who are favored to win entire events, only really start performing once they hit the loser side. It's a very interesting phenomenon.
But yeah, of course you don't really want to go all the way through the lower half of the bracket, and if you want to win, you gotta reset the grand finals. But still, if it gives you a mental boost just to be in the lower half of the bracket, I mean, I guess it works out for some people.
Definitely, I think the one, like, there's two things that are like the downsides of being on the loser side is, of course, you're gonna have to play significantly more games than you would have from the winner side, and of course that grand finals reset, right? You need to win that cumulative 6 over your opponent. But for some, right, I don't think I think for generally just about everybody, they would rather not be in the loser side of grand finals. But for some, just having the additional volume of games, and also the fact that the nature of it being consistently back to back to back until of course the top 8 when you hit the stream, it's something they enjoy, and it's just keeping themselves warm, maintaining this momentum of play is what lets them also play at their best.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it's gonna be for Goose right now, because IndoorTurtIe, it's a very strong opponent for the top 8.
Ooh, Potemkin, very interesting. But also shout outs to Gecko Squirrel for the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome everybody. We are just starting to look into our top 8 loser side of this event, and might as well, while we wait for these players to hop in, to of course shield the Matcherino. We still got more than enough codes to go around. We're at 18 already. We're moving on pretty nicely. So for all of you that have just recently tapped in, make sure to head on over !Matcherino to get that link. Hop on over, hit the claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already, and once you've completed that process, you'll contribute 25 cents to the prize pool. It's free money, and it goes a long way to support these players who are coming in week after week to put on this free entertainment. Fortunately, we're still waiting on Goose, who I think was just in the room for a second, but I got turtle blocked. What?
All right, okay. Maybe some like rank shenanigans.
Maybe
coming out of. Probably, right?
Oh yeah.
What
we
else would
played
be
like
the
50
reason?
times in a row and ranked. That'll do it.
Yeah. Because like when you just deathmatch in ranked against somebody, you just don't want to deal with it, and you just put them in a block and wait a couple days, and then unblock them if you don't forget.
Yeah, it's that's reverse Tekken. What?
What do you mean by that?
What does that mean, Ace? Reverse Tekken. We won deathmatches back.
Right. In Tekken 7, you could have deathmatched until the end. Like you don't really get ranked points beyond like 3 or 4 games, but people just could have deathmatched in ranked against each other.
I feel like
I don't know. Do you want deathmatches back? Because like it's not really that interesting. I don't know.
I think like more so, death matches should be something you keep to the casual queue, right? Because ranked being somewhat of an emulation of bracket formats, I think sets you up very well to participate in some of the higher level of play. Because one thing, I think this conversation came up a lot with Street Fighter players, where the Japanese side really likes to have their first to 10 sets, and that's where they base a lot of their events around, because these players like to sit down. They want to spend the full breadth of this agreed upon amount of games to adapt one way to your opponent, and then they adapt back, and then the counter adaptations go back and forth. And that's not a luxury you get in brackets, right? You have at least 3 games, and depending on other games, 5, to figure out what's going on, what do you need to do to win, and if you can't, or they're just gapping you, that's it. With a deathmatch, right, you could possibly just curb stomp somebody for a billion games, or you have that back and forth, but it's not really sort of what you would want to see considered like, or fit within the standard of a competitive format.
Speaking of like the rank stuff from Tekken 7, like I've seen Rangachu tweet, I don't know, Ice, if you've seen it or not. Like there was this feature in Tekken 7 Ranked when you've seen their last 10 games, their result for the last 10 games. And Rangachu was like, please bring this back. I want to see it. I want to see if my opponent is on a mental spiral and I want to do evil things to them if they are like 0-10.
I mean, that's definitely something very, very devious indeed. Especially like, man, I remember like with some of these League of Legends tools, right? They would show up on the overlay, like who you're playing against. Are they in a loss streak? It's like, are they having a bad day? If so, tell your jungler to prioritize their lane and gank them off.
Tilting somebody off of their mind is also a strategy, I guess.
Absolutely. Fit those teabags within those stun windows. Unfortunately, there's no stun in Stripe. I mean, if you consider the wall splat, you could.
All right, we're gonna have Johnny. All right, it's not the Potemkin.
It's been a minute since we saw Johnny, especially after getting his knees blown out by
Arcus took bat to his knees to blow out his kneecaps. Now he has like age-appropriate knees, I would say.
40-year-old man moving like he's moving his age. But yeah, that does put us in a very interesting little match here where we got two rare cryptid characters, Unika versus Johnny these days. As Goose, unfortunately, playing a little slow here, it's already on the deficit, but has IndoorTurtles back towards the wall, but the back throw incident is going to reverse the situation out really quickly.
I've seen lately. I've seen a lot of Unika downplay. Is she actually that bad? Like, or is it just Zato players moving on to Unika?
It may just be that he's just a Shoto that really didn't wow too much on release, that it convinced people to go off of their mains, especially considering like who's at the top. And that feels like it's been the trend as of the recent DLC releases with Venom, Lucy as well. Like these characters, they do some cool things, but it's not enough to convince people to switch over to them.
Yeah, they're not going crazy. I believe they don't want to repeat the mistake of Happy Chaos, right?
Happy Chaos Gold, which is these really big characters that do a lot that suddenly they become enemy number one on the roster. But it's like Goldlewis on release wasn't scary. Like Goldlewis wasn't scary until like season 3. I feel like maybe.
It was the overlaying stuff was the Wild Assault coming into the game, and Wild Assault for Goldlewis was the best thing ever, because like the only thing that he lacked was the gap closure, and Arxis just gave him the best button for that.
I think it was mostly matchup dependent, but apparently we see Goose leveraging some really good screen control and spacing away from IndoorTurtle, able to find a few interesting hits here, and just like that, using the close slash dash cancel option to just just completely caught IndoorTurtle off guard with the throw no less as well. Gonna be securing that first game.
Yeah, the one. But yeah, in chat I saw it, like the immortal drone. I forgot about that, the war crime drone. All right, yeah, you're right. The war crime warfare. Are we gonna see the swap from IndoorTurtle, or is it gonna be? Oh no, we are sticking all the way to Unika.
Yeah, Unika. IndoorTurtle seemingly having made the full-time switch here to Unika. And of course, it's paying off quite nicely, being able to make it into the top 8 with that character. However, Goose is a bit of a mysterious factor in all this equation. And has already taken that first game, and now getting the back throw incident as well. Card set here for the pressure, baiting away. Just able to trip up. The burst bait to follow with.
Oh, the DP gonna work out for Turtle. Alright, now still trying to backdash away, but the wall gonna catch you right at the end there. Still, the card, oh wait, the card disappeared, so there's no setup right now for Johnny. And Turtle, oh no, they're gonna get caught. And now they're gonna struggle a bit. Just aura farming, walking up, trying to grab.
It's definitely very devious indeed. Need to find that last good hit there, and does start off things here with a good poke. Quickly using the card to get the plus phase. Doesn't quite hit the TK misfinder there, unfortunately, for the fish for that instant overhead, but the shimmying and the movement is going to work out very nicely, setting up for that throw, as Goose is one round away from extending the lead even further.
good start from Turtle. Now Goose needs to somehow get out of the corner. Okay, the card. Now the next setup was gonna be the 6P. Gonna anticipate the mash from Turtle. 5D into the RC. Now it's a wall break situation. Oh no, gonna set up the card and leave the Turtle in the corner.
Instead, it's gonna bust on through. Gonna get that low profile to get underneath the card. And a big shimmy there from IndoorTurtile with a massive starter to boot. I think that might be... No! Ooh, might have been a little oopsie there. I think if IndoorTurtile got that super out, he should have had that kill, but nevertheless, he's going to get an interesting little whiff punish there. IndoorTurtile with a chance now to tie up the set.
Now the round starting in favor of Goose, and Turtle find themselves in the corner. The card is on the floor. Oh, now the card disappeared. Okay. Now it's a chance. Yeah, just get out of the corner. The next card is set up, trying to maybe press the DP or something. I don't know. Like, but something was caught with the card explosion. And again, the backdash now gonna get caught.
Nice, the PRC using the guard break there to just get a little bit of plus frames. The chase down, wanting to leverage this life lead here, but gets checked on the movement by IndoorTurtile. The same side mix-up instantly going into weapons release here. Are we going to keep it simple? We're going to see some more cool combos. We're trying.
Okay, we are trying to go for something fancy. All right.
Very nice.
And the end of cinematic. All right. Turtle trying to kite. Because the misfiner spending the RC just to keep the advantage.
Nice gold version. Get off of me, but the DP there. Gonna send him to the full screen. We see her jumping around for a little bit. They do PRC underneath the 5P anti-air is enough to get the kill. You're trying to push the damage as far as possible. And with that, landing a Senga Buster to finish things off with. Goose is now on that 2-0 lead here against IndoorTurtile.
And is it gonna be one more upset, YoKai? Or IndoorTurtile gonna come back somehow? Weapons. Is it weapons free? Like the name of the super?
Yeah, I said weapons release, but it's weapons free.
Alright.
She just steals her father's sword for fun. No worries.
Does she use it like the sword is inside of her bike? Does she use it as like a battery pack or something?
Yeah, it's an energy source, exactly.
Alright, just still.
I mean, it's a replacement of the Thunder Seal, right? So it's not as strong as the Thunder Seal, but still, the move that Kai's pulling off with it, it can definitely power a hover bike.
It's enough to power. It's enough energy, right? Maybe like you hit up charging station like once a week or something.
Oh, look at that. What a start for IndoorTurtile. No burst available for Goose, and just like that, the overhead. Do it one more time. What can go wrong? You have so much life. Are they going to get the punish? Is that going to kill? Try to guess again.
Oh, okay. Good round start from Turtle. Now, Goose cannot really find the distance. Oh, the jumping out of the Turtle. Now. Okay, good mash on the Goose side. Now there is a card on the floor, but Turtle just managing to jump out.
Whoa. Going for the Senga Buster there, says, what can we lose? Immediately cashing out wonderfully here, the dash up, S-Finer, the JS fade away, gonna get himself a nice counter hit here. Goose now finds the approach in, decides to back away, but the PRC off of the S-Finer is gonna find the full combo here to get the kill. Now Goose on set point here against IndoorTurtile.
Alright. Oh, the huge counter hit connect, but there is a burst to save the situation for Goose. Alright. Good patience on Goose. He's the 6P interrupting the whole pressure.
Nice DP, just breaking away, create a little bit of space. The overhead strikes once more.
Come on, Turtle, one more overhead. Nah, not really.
There it is.
5D. There we go, right? Oh, the Kara didn't manage to connect. It's her combo was the buff DP is kind of wonky, so it's like usually you can see the drops of it.
Getting the backdash, a lot of space control, finds the entry, nevertheless here, Captain gets the corner, just pushing away. Doesn't quite get the card cut, but nevertheless, close slash is found. Send the combo a little bit further. Has to watch though, the burst is available here for IndoorTurtile now. Stagger pressure, and the close slash. Unfortunately, not able to get the kill just yet. I would imagine to try go for the RC, but the P-Finer to cut through the beam and get that powerful anti-air. Goose beating IndoorTurtile 3-0.
And yeah, one more upset coming out from Goose. Let's see if they can keep going.
Let's see indeed, although it's going to be quite the challenge coming up next for Goose, as it's going to be Zato-VaN that they have to face off. But before we get to that, we're going to go back upwards a bit, as we're going to watch the match between Andros versus Zon. Before that, as always, a reminder to everybody to not forget to claim these Matcherino codes. We have already done so much work. We're down to just 16 codes remaining. So, exclamation mark Matcherino, head on over, hit the claim code button if you sign in if you haven't done so already. And once you've completed that process, you will contribute 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps, and you'll be supporting these players who are putting on this beautiful entertainment week after week, all for free, just like the money you'd be claiming.
And also, there are some sponsor quests if you haven't done them. There are, I believe, for Paragon of GC, like to follow them on Twitter, like to subscribe on YouTube, or you can contribute directly to the prize pool if you want so. If you want to make players happy. But yeah, what do we have? Oh, right now we're gonna... What's the match gonna be? Is it gonna be Tiger or is it gonna be a Zon's match?
A good question.
Because I see Zon in the lobby and...
Oh,
probably...
yeah, no. So it is going to be Zon versus Andros. And then I think we're going to go back down to Zato-VaN versus Goose, which will give us our loser semis, which is when we will then return to our winners finals. Never trust challenge, it lies. True. It says here that I got O2. That's a lie.
All right. Man, it's gonna be kind of scary for Zone, right? With how they deal with the pressure, with how they do the pressure, because the armored portbuster can come out anytime, and they need to be a bit more careful compared to other matchups.
Oh, absolutely. You can already see the scary walk down here, right? The grappler just holding forward, and so many thoughts racing through your mind. What could he do? And already we can see the pressure coming out. The RC off the Hammerfall keeps the party running there. The flick away, the Mega Fist in. The 5k challenge there from Zon, but immediately trading, and so much. I think I just got like one hit, but all the rest has just been chip damage, and we're already at half health here for Zon.
Okay, good grab. Setting up the PRC grab. Alright, we are going to break the wall. Okay, getting that positive bonus, we need that. Oh, the good challenge from Andros. And it's always the threat as you see the slashes coming out. It can be a grab anytime. But is it enough for Zon? Should be, right? With Calvados.
We'll see. Yeah, okay, Calvados will most definitely do it here. So good bit of control there from Zon. Started off a little shaky and very scary, no less. But the patience there to wait out the pressure. You will find your window to get control over the Potemkin there. Run your pressure. The tap dust once again finding its mark, going quickly into the wild assault to push the damage a little forward before Andros could get to bursting, but the 2D is going to check. However, off me. Good reversal. Good
reversal. Oh, Hammerfall. All right, canceling. Now Zon is in the corner, and it's the scariest position you can be. Her reflector setup. Zon managing to block all of it, but the air grab coming out from Andros just keeping Zon in the corner, and here we go, the podbuster into the couple of HP left.
No!
Oh, not enough distance. There is a chance for Zon, but the 5D gonna close it out. Andros not fumbling this round.
We'll see him try to go for the 2D as a punish there, but like you said, not fumbling it in the end, making it work out. Be a very slow and patient approach here, not overextending too greatly, because of course the slide whiff can mean you suffer at these really big sword normals, and just like that, getting counter hit clipped out. Gonna find it quickly to confirm, but a big counter hit to follow back from Andros is gonna prompt the burst there from Zon. Trapped in the corner of the BRC backwards there. Big stagger pressure, finally setting up for that throw, but a critical whiff there is gonna land so much damage here for Andros now.
Alright. The full Andros investing all of the resources just to keep up the pressure, and now it's Zone's turn, but the back throw.
Ooh.
All right, Zone. Oh, the sword explosion gonna catch Andros. No hard knockdown. Maybe just too fast with the rack inputs. Didn't expect the wall break.
Or yeah, the wall splat happening a bit too early here. Now both players relatively even, but that far slash is definitely going to do some good work. Sword carry and the wall bounce explosion to finish things off there. Son going to claim that first game against Andros. If he can keep that up, of course, it's a very scary game that is playing similarly to what we saw PataChu do earlier, actually, which is playing it very slow and careful, trying to catch out Potemkin on some of these overcommits, with ideally whiffing a massive normal that he could then work from. But yeah, so seemingly the patience is panning out.
Yeah, patient round start again from Zone, and just managing to find the distance, get their damage again, the counter hit gonna connect. Alright. Just Zone just showing off that they also have huge buttons, huge disjoints, and my buttons are better. Okay, Marta, now Andros in very tough spot. It's almost a perfect round coming out from Zone. Let's see if Andros... I mean, if it's anybody, Andros can make this comeback, but not now. The perfect coming out from Zone. Again, let's see the round start. Is it gonna be a bit more patient? No, they try to go for the trade with the small buttons.
Oh, okay, so they get called out a little bit here, but going for the burst. Wildo trapped into this heavy RPS of Potemkin, the 5K. Not letting it much further, but again, the counter hit. His frame traps are starting to work out much nicer here for Andros.
Now, okay, good round start again from Zone. Oh, the shimming the grab. Now, Andros is in the corner. It's gonna be a bit tough. Again, going for the grab. Safe jumping all the way. Gold burst just to keep up, just to like maybe stay for the pressure. Now, there is
the patience on the side from Son is going to find the opening. Nice blocks from Andros. Does have to block in quite hard here, but the tap dust is going to blindside him. Is it going to be enough damage to get the kill? The wall splat is going to come pretty early here, so there is one last chance here for Andros. High up scoreboard. Does find an opening. Has on towards the corner, but the BRC back response from Andros. Dark Crush, Wall Assault, entry. Big counter hit to follow. Is this Andros' time? The Pop Buster. The meter going to be built up, but doesn't even need it off of one sliver of health. Makes it happen. Very nicely done. This is going to be potentially a very grueling and long set between these two if it keeps getting played around such careful footsies on the side of Son, right? Sometimes you do get some really big confirms, but more often than not, it's some very simple cancels into your special to finish things off with.
Now, the round start goes the way of Andros, and they are keeping up the wall pressure, and it's so hard to make this reads. Oh,
good jump out though.
Good block. Good defense on Zone.
Ooh.
And empty jump with the Belt Buster.
Yeah, the Tomahawk is starting to work out quite nicely here for Andros. That round by so fast. Neither player really had the chance to burst, nor the desire to. We do find a nice counter hit here for Zon. Quickly goes to the Rev, drops the last hit, but still in a decent position. Blocking the JD, but a confirm there from Andros, pushing him closer and closer towards the corner. The Wall Assault to get that pushed a little bit further. And the 6 speed to challenge right after the YRC. Oh my goodness.
Alright. Andros just put it on the gas, just pressing the gas pedal. Now Zone finally finding some distance, some safety from Potemkin.
Averaging some very simple hits, but the consistency of it. Oh! That is so scary. Just a slow walk up and the jump scare BRC pop buster. No chance for Son to utilize that burst. And now Andros takes the lead here, 2-1 against Son.
This is indeed a jump scare. You cannot call it otherwise.
No,
he just slow walk into instant. Yeah.
If Zon can find a little bit more of what worked earlier, but I think Andros just has that timing down a bit sharper, as well as the fact that these pop busters have been landing quite repeatedly. So the RPS is starting to develop quite scarily here against Zon.
And it's also like the mental stack is stacking, as you can say, because like there were already so many times where Zon got caught with a pot buster, and every time you just think to yourself, like, do I jump here? Do I change the timing? What's gonna happen? And you just can spiral, and yeah, 5D gonna connect. Now, Zon in a very tough position because alright, trying to challenge, but there was an armor pot buster. Like Zon was very in control in the first game and probably in the second game, but then Andros right now, as you can see, just fully reversed the situation. Now Zon is kind of scared, trying to whiff punish, but nothing working out.
He's slowly trying to chip away at the health of Andros here, and already find another big counter hit, but conversions haven't been too crazy as of late. However, this could spell a little bit of a difference. The damage isn't really adding up too greatly yet, but with the life disadvantage that Andros is at, it could be very scary. But we've seen him make these comebacks before, and that pop buster is definitely a very good start for what's to come.
Andros waiting for the burst to come out. YRC gonna save the situation, and yeah, a bit too far even for Carabuster. Decknut, not Decknut. Zon finally stabilizing the situation. 1-1 in terms of rounds.
Nice 5P anti-air there by Zon. Gonna get the sword conversion as well, putting Andros into the corner, though not having enough meter for the hard knockdown. Puts him back to neutral. The jump pop buster not gonna hit the mark, getting counter hit punished, and that's the burst back there from Andros. And Zon currently running the pressure here, trying to push him all the way into the corner. Does safely approach in the empty low, the slow walk-up throw. Andros is severely on the back foot here, dealing against what would have been a perfect there from Zon, but does find himself a nice close slash to start things off with the gold burst to create a little bit of space here. The Hammerfall entry, YRC, just get off of me. I need to be in control of how the neutral is being played out.
Good jump out of Zon. They need to stay alive. They need this round. Yeah, they are patiently waiting, and they will be rewarded with their passion.
What a call out there. Such incredible timing on the side from Zon there. So with that, he does put it to 2 apiece right now. And this is quite a scary situation because Andros is our typical third place, seeded for third. We find him in the grand finals, but to already be threatened in the position by Zon to be knocked out here is going to be an incredible feat for Zon and something worth celebrating if he does end up pulling it off.
What's it gonna be? Is it? Let's see, because we saw already that Andros in the last game took control of the situation, to control the neutral, and yet Andros right now is not scared to advance on Zon, but Zon finding the space for the throw. Oh no, the whip, but not gonna get punished for it. But Preston, something different.
Goose. Very nice little extension. They're getting outside swap with it as well. Wall break, however, no super means no hard knockdown. Back to playing out the neutral, but the trade going to work out in favor of Andros. However, the pot buster attempt getting cleanly jumped away by Zon now. The reversal of who's in the corner and going to quickly catch out into the super to deny a potential burst. Andros once again at a low health position, tries to BRC forward, but the active frame of the sword normal is going to catch him out, and the OTG finish things off. Zon on set point with a burst available.
Yeah, the winning in all of it, in terms of rounds, in terms of resources. So yeah, let's see how if they can close this out. Again, huge jump out, good reads from Zon, and swap in the corners. Gunning for the wall break right now. Buster, okay, alright, from Andros. And also again still in the corner, making the wall break, stealing the positive bonus.
That damage.
Burst is not gonna come out for Zon. We're not gonna see it this round.
Oh, I don't think he's gonna get the chance to even. What a read from you, Mr. Napso there. As it's now
Yeah,
final game, final round.
Differently, but yeah, final.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Thing...
That he would most likely save it, but didn't even get the chance at all. The script being leaked live.
Alright, the full wall carry was the super probably. Yeah, it was the Montabata, just to get the heavy knockdown.
Love that positive clear bonus, of course. You see a beautiful IBFD, but that doesn't push you far enough, especially against the sword normals.
But Gold Burst is gonna get baited?
Yeah, but it's Gold Burst, so it's safe for the time being. Tries to go for some kind of response, but the explosion is going to be catching it out. Nevertheless, down to that last sliver, we have seen Andros make this comeback, but this is quite difficult, and the last overhead is going to catch him off guard. Andros going to be going down to Zon 3-2 here in these losers' quarters.
Zon managing to clutch it out at the end. Kind of in the middle, kind of lost control of the neutral, and the whole game looked like the Andros gonna steamroll them, but then finding their way in and then taking it to 3-2. A bit of an upset, I would say, in the bracket right now.
A bit.
Well,
I mean, they are seated 2 away from one another, but like with the seeding this close, and especially like the big 3, Tiger Pop, PataChu, Andros, taking a win over any one of those is
yeah, breaking the trifecta.
It's a major highlight.
But yeah, we're gonna see if the next biggest, the bigger upset gonna happen. Not gonna happen, like if it's gonna happen, the next match, Zato-1 versus Goose.
Yeah,
I would say like the Goose versus Zato-1. If Goose managing to take this, I would say this is a bigger an upset.
Oh, most certainly. Although I do wonder for Goose how well they are versed against the Zato matchup, because this character is indeed kind of rare, especially with like Zato-VaN being the main one to put him on display these days, at least here in top 8 as such. Not quite sure how it goes down in the ranked scene, but if you really don't know or aren't fully informed on how the Zato character operates, to be put in the corner with Eddie deployed it's going to be a miracle work to try and survive that and find your opportunity to punish. Of course, with Johnny, you do have some really good range to keep Zato a little apprehensive, especially with how he deploys Eddie, but only having the Spell My Name super as a reversal next to the system mechanics is going to keep your options rather limited against all this.
Alright. Oh, the 6P coming out of Zato-1 and the burst baits. Alright. From the get-go, Zato-1 just steams roasted again, counter hit. Goose trying to challenge something, maybe trying to find some space with the punches, but no, not gonna work out against Zato-1. And again, not blocking from the get-go. The pulse, let's see. There is a full meter for Zato-1, so yeah, they're gonna... What the fuck is this Zato-1? Like instant backdash BRC into the overhead. Goose is not ready for this kind of shenanigans in game 1.
Gotta be ready for those, especially that backward BRC overhead from Zato-VaN is a favorite of his. I'm trying to play things slow. Goose does swap the side over it. Unfortunately, not able to get the card cut, but nevertheless has Zato-VaN trapped in the corner, finds the next hit, and this is going to be a good grip of damage. Unfortunately, didn't have a super there for the wall break to get that hard knockdown. Play the neutral out once more, and the 6P anti-air from Zato-VaN is going to put Goose in the corner, tap dust. The burst here for one last chance in this round. Has to make a count here to bring it to a final round situation.
Oh no, it's gonna get blocked, but there is a meter to make it safe. There is still burst. Does Zato-1 want to do it as a hero burst or no? They're just waiting.
No, yeah, it will be hero burst.
Alright. And are they gonna manage to close this out off of this? No, not really, but there is still a YRC immediately pressing the front slash, and yeah, the burst is out of the way, so actually winning on the resources for Goose, a huge round, taking the burst and taking the round.
Certainly there. Oh, unfortunately, missed Finer Dash and be called out there by the 2S can be a great opener and a beautiful conversion towards the corner. The opposed to check things. And Man, that's such an unfortunate situation for deflect shield where it can deflect one character, but not the other. So either the Eddie goes or the Zato goes, but nevertheless, Zato keeps his pressure.
Oh, and unfortunate stuff for Goose. Amorph was gonna finish it, and first game goes to Zato-1. But yeah, deflect shield, you kind of, against Zato, you kind of need to keep blocking because you deflect shield the Zato away, but Eddie is still there working on you, and you kind of need to hold block because yeah, you can just die just like that.
Almost certainly. I mean, when Zato-VaN Zato puts you in the corner, well, let's say Zato-VaN as well, having to deal with this Eddie pressure where you see the Zato character do his main mix-up, then the Eddie to hold you down for a little bit, then the Zato does another mix-up, repeat that situation a few times, and even then when he's all done or pooped out of Eddie meter, he's still at a safe distance where you have to RPS with some of these longer normals that he has available.
Alright. Now, the Goldbird's gonna get baited. Huge air grab coming out. Zato-1 doesn't want to let go. Goose in the corner. No, not taking the slumpy, just taking the Amorphous into the heavy knockdown.
Boy, the Eddie hold him down for a little bit to invite hell. We see the tension gauge being used on the FD to survive some tip damage and create maybe a little bit of space, but it's not going to be enough. Zato-VaN yet again, another perfect here. Goose looking quite in trouble. However, does find that early 2S counter hit to prompt the burst out from Zato-VaN and a beautiful transport into the throw. Does miss the mark on the S Finer in the air. That's the mash from Zato-VaN now to trap him into the corner.
Alright, the pole's gonna catch Goose. Oh, alright. Letting go of the pressure, and Goose managing to climb just to come out. Now they are full on with the meter. There is no card setup, but Misfine is now gonna get punished by Zato-VaN.
Nice, all big start. However, not gonna get a massive bridge to go with it. That's a really long break the law.
He is breaking the law with just evading the taxes. Just imagine the taxman comes to you and you just disappear.
Just a shadow puddle on the ground. What are they gonna do? That 2S there. Trying to play at a distance, and the Eddie P stabs are gonna net Zato-VaN the 2-0 lead here so far. As the round was a little closer, but nevertheless, right, Zato-VaN looked consistently in control, especially when the Eddie gauge was depleted, to maintain that space away from Goose. Essentially goading them to overextend and get punished appropriately. Did find some chances to get a few licks in there, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't consistent enough with a significant conversion to follow.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Right. The jump back on start, immediately spending the burst just to keep the momentum up. Now. Alright,
2S.
Zato-VaN's turn. Spending the full Eddie gauge.
Big counter hit. But, I think in the attempt to get that throw off the Wild Assault, might have just messed up the timing a little. Back throw incident, as Goose is going to take the slight life advantage here. However, no meter means no hard knockdown, and instantly Zato-VaN takes that opportunity to chance with that 6P, going to lead to a very nice conversion. Back to the mid-screen we go. Card, able to find the mark.
Now there's still 50 meter, and yeah, gonna convert into the lead. First round in game 2 go. Into game 3 goes to Goose.
Mix up the opposed there, disincentivizing buttons being pressed. Does find the deflect shield. This time, without having Eddie on the table, means that the pressure most certainly does not continue. There's a little transport card set, gonna get the side swap. Is now going for the slump. Regular throw. Good card set.
Alright, regular throw again for Zato-VaN this time. YRC gonna get blocked, and yeah, it's gonna be painful. The setup with the Eddie, not quite enough to break the wall. But yeah, Zato-VaN with the full meter, they can just re-summon Eddie with the super. No, but for now, just keep Goose in the corner.
Blocks here from Goose, but unfortunately can't block the throw. Right against the wall. The 6H is going to be enough. Zato-VaN now on set point here against Goose. However, Goose does have that burst gauge available, so maybe we'll see a do-over. No, it's deploying the Wild Assault, trying to catch Zato-VaN being impatient on something. However, he is very, very patient. The oppose, catching the transport card. Just like that, we're going to be leaping, getting the side swap, looking to chase him down in the air, but it's not going to be enough.
Alright, just Zato-1 again on the defense. Deflect shield. Goose doesn't trust that they're gonna have a burst in time, and then yeah, just invested in the deflect shield. Oh, the shimmy coming out of Zato-1. Now in a tough position again, deflect shield, but not really. You blocked one mix, but you still have Eddie just slashing at you. Oh, good challenge. Was it 5k?
RC, the anti-air there. Look at Eddie hanging out in the back. Does find a quick hit, swap off to the side. What's the last mix-up? The deflect shield being baited out and punished accordingly. Zato-VaN going to be ending the upset streak for Goose with a 3-0.
Man, the deflect shields. And I mean, there was 3 deflect shields. There are a lot of people who say that deflect shield is a very bad choice of a button. Like I don't know. I love the deflect shield, but it killed me so many times.
It's hard, especially when you're fighting a 2v1 essentially, right? like you deflect one, in this case the Eddie, then this Zato is still right there in your face.
Because like I sometimes I overuse it and I die for this. But do you like use it in your gameplay in your defensive option, or you just like other people? I will just wait for the burst to come back.
Oh, you know what? Here's the funny thing. I hardly play this game.
All right.
I mean, no, there's no good comparison really to deflect shield and wild assault. As we'll take Blaze Blue's overdrive for example, where if you can use that, it's the superior option to bursting because of a lot of the punishment they put on bursting. Even if you successfully land it, there's still so many systems under the hood that go off that kind of own you for trying that. But yeah, that doesn't quite stack up to deflect shield, which it can be strong, right? But it's just like any other option where if it's a consistent thing you're utilizing at a point that is quite repetitive, then your opponent can start working in like, okay, we're gonna start get some throws in here. We're gonna wait a little bit. It's the same with burst, where it's like, oh, this person bursts at this every single time. They burst on the first 2 hits every single time. You got to build up a bit of a profile on your opponent to call out their options.
Yeah, you're right. Like you don't want to be repetitive in your defensive options, but like we've seen the resource economy as well. We've seen like 3 deflect shields, but it might have been like 1 solid burst. But who knows already? It's still Goose doing a good job coming into the top 8. It's already upset in IndoorTurtIe and falling victim to the Zato-1. Now, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be Tiger versus PataChu, right? We already see the a.b.a locked in for Tiger.
Yeah, absolutely. So PataChu, sorry, Tiger Pop, we've seen in the past that they were okay with letting the Happy Chaos play out the matchup against the Sin, but I think just PataChu's Sin is just too scary on pressure to be playing a character that doesn't really have a consistent way to get defensive tools running by relying only purely on system mechanics. But with a.b.a, you can sort of slip through some of these situations, but also you can really easily match the damage race.
And also, like, the biggest problem for a.b.a is when she gets zoned out of the jealousy meter. But Sin can't really zone her out. She will get the meter eventually in this matchup, even when she will be amped. Okay, manual reset and the wall break into the full meter. Now it's gonna be scary for Pata.
Trade there, able to deny PataChu the entry. We're gonna go for the Cthulhu pressure here just to keep it running, hold him down to Tomahawk to find a few hits. Gonna go for the uninstall off the OTG and catches PataChu there on a bit of a frame trap. First round going cleanly in the favor of Tiger Pop.
Alright, what's it gonna be? Oh, trying to find the trying to find the parry from off of get-go, but PataChu was a bit patient on the round start. Now we are going for jealousy.
What an air throw
Oh,
by
the-
PataChu.
Pata was the signature. Like I've seen them doing it a lot. Was when they catch on the defense, the air grab.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, gonna get clipped out there. I would decided to spend the burst here. Tigerpop believing in the ability to close this one out. Unfortunately, that's a massive counter hit on the side of PataChu. Fight against the wall. The Tyrant barrel is it gonna be enough? Ooh, just barely.
Alright. Again, the round start. Tigerpop trying to drop with the dumpy, immediately activating the Moroccan meter. And yeah, here we go. The crazy mode. Crazy mode going crazy. Is it gonna be manual uninstall? Yeah, just to have some meter. And immediately going back to it.
Getting hit before the fuzzy, rather interesting. They'll try to go for the burst there, and again, 2 counter hits back to back. That's not what you want to see. Exactly what Tigerpop wants to see, and the chase down going to work out very nicely here. Tigerpop securing that first game. What PataChu has in stock to try and switch the narrative around a little bit here. We did see a pretty nice second round come out of him, especially with these harder callouts.
We are not gonna see L-fold from PataChu, right, in this matchup? You don't want to go L-fold, right?
No. I think definitely playing Sin is perfectly fine. Just that Tigerpop is playing very fast, very aggressively, and he's getting some really strong callouts here. But finally, PataChu does check the approach here against a.b.a. There is going to be the RTL looking for that wall break, going to get the hard knockdown, but still, Tigerpop is in that jealousy rage gate without meter, so he's going to get that forced uninstall. You can see what's happening there, and the mash out after the I.B. beating the beak driver, setting up for a side swap into the install, no less.
And now almost the full meter for a.b.a. Alright. Tiger, probably off of next knockdown, gonna go crazy, yeah. But the reversal super.
Danzai though.
Danzai gonna do the shenanigans.
Okay, hero burst here, leaving in one solid hit, but
the jumping from Tiger gonna crush this plan.
I don't know what PataChu was looking for there. Did get counter hit pretty hard, so either a late XP or possibly a misinput on the DP. Just like that, the back toe incident, just to completely reverse the situation. Excellent corridor carry. It'd be a shame if somebody took that from you.
Right, the huge counter hit. And again, the wall break probably gonna happen. Yeah, was the full meter, not the full, the half meter refuel. And again, we are going crazy on the next screen.
So while saw it's going to safely uninstall, but there's the back toe incident. Interesting little hit there, but nevertheless maintaining the position. However, the PRC super is going to catch PataChu off guard. 60 frame overhead, what can you do? And Tigerpop is in a strong lead here, 2-0.
Let's see, maybe PataChu considering change of plans with the characters.
We do see that come from time to time with PataChu, especially on the last round, to potentially switch things up, and it's the Lucy this time. Yeah,
Lucy.
Yeah, we've seen PataChu rep the Lucy a lot more, especially over the Elfelt, where it does look pretty decent. Of course, there's some the general consensus about Lucy is that she's a bit underwhelming in a lot of departments, kind of like half character, but PataChu definitely makes things work, and against Death's Door, you might as well try something, but Danzai after Danzai is disincentivizing. Is again just run up Danzai.
Danzai, yeah. But also, you know, the PataChu has history like with the Sin, because at first when Sin came out, he was really underwhelming, and a lot of people ignored Sin, but PataChu decided to invest into the character. And then when Sin became really strong, PataChu just all the rewards investing the time into the character. Let's see, maybe something similar can happen with Lucy in the next update, in the next season. Who knows?
Okay, so Contagion. What is the new little route there? 2 Contagions, and I'm not too familiar with that other glyph. Typically, we see 3 Contagions and the Danger to get that little force counter hit conversion mid combo. Nevertheless, Tiger Pop finds that set point here. 1 round away before sending PataChu into the loser's side. Still though, PataChu has the burst available. The Lucy character isn't doing the greatest of work right now.
In the corner. Now Tiger going crazy. Going with the full meter, but still. PataChu kind of in control of the situation. There is still burst, just if things go not to the plan. Yeah,
Ooh.
but it's gonna get baited, unfortunately, for PataChu.
Fortunately for PataChu, it was during the uninstall stay, but how fast Tiger Pop is playing, giving 0 opportunities for PataChu to gather his thoughts and plan the next approach, is able to just win it 3-0, just absolutely blindsiding PataChu here. And down to the losers he goes, as he's going to have to wait for the winner between Son and Zato-VaN to maybe go back to grand finals and try it once more, but Tiger Pop is just looking very unstoppable.
And yeah, Tiger gonna wait in the grand finals. Maybe PataChu gonna have a chance to to come back. But first we're gonna see Zone versus Zato-1. And while the players are coming back to the lobby, remember, we still have some codes left on the Macherino, like 15 codes left. So exclamation point Macherino, claim some codes, contribute to the prize pool. You have like a ton of login options. There is like Discord, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. There is like a list of 10 options to log in into the Macherino.
Surely you're on a social media.
Oh, there's also like Twitch option. Oh wait, am I tweaking? I don't.
No,
I
there's
don't
absolutely a
remember.
Twitch
there?
option.
Oh yeah, all right.
Duel 1.
So yeah, we are on Twitch right now. You probably have an account. You can just log in, right? But yeah, Zone, good round start. Zato-1 immediately spending the burst, doesn't want to deal with the corner pressure from Zone. Like I got stun locked a little. I always forget that Zone has like for name Sicilian Enjoyer, even though they had that name for like a couple months now. I still get stun locked sometimes.
Interesting here, good opener, going to be dealing a lot of damage. The Sun Void coming out, going to break that wall, deal a bit of damage, but it's all about that Eddie gauge that he's going to be topped up on. Ooh, wait, Striver, survive, make it through. Okay, no, this one's going on too long.
Nah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
For
there
this,
it is,
yeah.
Striver. We had it too good for too long, especially with the silver event where it kind of, I think if I'm not mistaken, silver event went off without a hitch. So a true miracle run. Now finally rearing its ugly head.
Imagine the official online drivers like Daisuke probably did some shenanigans to bless the servers with the Omnisaya, just everything to be stable for the event. But yeah, right now we are experiencing some problems.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. So if it is in fact a desync and not just a simple disconnect because the connection crapped out, it means that we have to wait out about 15 minutes to sort of reset for players to be able to play once more. But Son is saying that he wouldn't have time for the for a desync. So if that's the case, we may see a DQ, which is highly unfortunate. Zato-VaN is invisible in my lobby. That's not good.
That's unfortunate. It's a desync. Right.
Fantastic.
But I don't know.
Bug.
Praying for the Omnisaya, praying to Daisuke. Maybe it's gonna get fixed magically, auto-magically. I don't know.
I mean, the networking is it's just a source of voodoo code that like you say, right? You want to just break out the psalms, break out the holy incense, pray to the Omnissiah, hope that it just works. Because to be able to understand that and how to put it together is very, very impressive. So both players most likely restarting their game quickly, as we're gonna go do a lobby swap. Zato-VaN most likely gonna have to do the hosting.
All right. Man, we don't even have different parallel match just for that to happen. Probably, maybe they can play. No, not off stream is not the option, right? Maybe we just, I don't know.
I mean, that
Did
would
they
still
make the
leave us in a
lobby?
situation where we're waiting.
Yeah, unfortunate. You know, like it's. I don't know why. I don't know how. Which button? I cannot find the button. Oh no! Oh yeah. We finally got the button correctly. But yeah,
It's
it's every
Alt
game
F4, right?
has
It's Alt F4.
Alt F4. But yeah, every game has its problems. Like, I don't know how. Like does Street Fighter has problems with the lobby? Because I haven't encountered one. But like Tekken has problems with the lobby. Tekken has problems with the spectator box. Like this thing sometimes also happens. I don't know. The Omnissiah is not favorable to fighting games lately.
I mean, it's just the variable nature of peer-to-peer connections. Because the beauty of a server-side connection is at least means that you both connect to a central point, and if somebody's connection is bad, then it's going to be bad for them. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of the beauty of 2xKO's netcode, being that it's. I think even the playing of it is not peer-to-peer. It's
like
still
it's
to
a
a
weird
server.
connection because you're connected to the server. You're both connected to your closest server, and then these two servers are connected to each other, and that's like semi peer-to-peer, like from server to server. And
yeah, and especially because Riot has the infrastructure for some very, very high communication, right? This is not a standard option for just about any other game.
YoKai, look at the room. Look at the
Yeah,
animals.
I see it. I see it. This is Zato-VaN classic.
It's a goddamn barn.
Alrighty, so things seem to be back on track here. As a quick restart into the barn room itself, it has Son versus Zato-VaN starting things off once more, and already see a few trades going back and forth, but is there an oppose mixed in between there? Yes, there was.
Alright, both players are out of the bursts. Now we are in the corner zone, managing to catch Zato-1 in the corner. There is no super just to break the wall, but still gonna take all the damage. Zato-1? Are they gonna...
Ooh!
No. Marta Barta said no.
I will have my round lead, thank you very much. So the quick poke there from Zato, trying to put Zon in towards the corner, but finds him air to air, and all the counter hit no less. Gonna get a wonderful conversion here. The coast to coast as well. Oh my goodness.
Alright, Zato-1 stabilizing the situation. Puts putting Zon in the corner now. It's a mixing time. There is no 80 meter, there is no like meter for the super, so yeah, Zon finds the gap, takes back, but Zato-1 spends the burst just in time for Zato to come back, for 80 to come back.
Cat scratches, making sure to keep Zato-VaN trapped in this corner. As we use the YRC to create a little bit of space, the oppose, but just a run-up throw says none of that just before the cancel. And Zon showing off a bit who the real grappler here is in the cast, as he successfully takes that first game to his name.
what's it gonna be for the round? Because Zon displayed patience versus other players, but here Zato-1 just pulls on full aggression and immediately puts Zon in the corner, and now it's mixed up with the ton of overheads from Zato-1. Oh no, Zon already in the corner. There is not enough meter to FD everything.
Ooh.
Oh, the huge counter hit.
Yeah, just a very scary situation overall where you're trying to jump out, look for a way to fall down with one of your cool normals, but there is Zato-VaN hiding beneath the oppose. Just a general situation where you can't do much. Already going for a crazy little mix-up, getting that side swap, trapped in the corner. Looking for that 6B anti-air, but shoots right over. Unfortunately, a good decision, not being rewarded justly.
And into the edge reset with the grab. Now, there is almost burst there for Zon, so they need to wait patiently for the. Oh, BRC not gonna work out for Zato-1. Zon gonna find the gap out of all the pressure. Now, what's gonna be? There are no swords, so it's a time for Zato-1 to get in. But oh, okay, one sword is coming back.
Nice. Oh, just a run-up throw. Good stuff. Fade away JS, the patience here on Zato-VaN, looking for an opportunity to get the jump in, but you can see that Zon is trying to play around these sword normals. However, gets flipped out by the 2S. Big slammer. Sends away the Eddie. Hold his projectile for a little bit. Shimmy trying to bait out a response here. And there it is. The throw tech attempt from Zato-VaN is going to get scooped up by the explosion now. Wall splat. Doesn't have the meter for the hard knockdown. And both players are pretty close to one another in health total. We're just going to let the Amogus rip.
There is a leg, yeah, and Amorphous gonna bite it off.
Nom. Round a game apiece to both sides now. See who is going to take it over the other. Granted, right, they did come from a brief break as well as just the further technical issues, so it may just be a matter of both players getting back up to speed once more. As Zato-VaN starts things off with a very nice anti-air and just using that full Eddie gauge to get these conversions going. Wild Assault trying to push it as far as possible to let that Eddie gauge recover. Dagger pressure, break the law underneath, but gets picked out by the 2K.
Alright, now it's his own turns for pressure. Both swords are out. Now the safe jump set up again from Zombie, as we've seen in many matches of them. Zato-1 swapping sides still in the corner. There is still burst for Zon, but yeah, it's probably not coming out as soon as I said that. Zon just presses it, believing in the hero burst. Now there is still 50 meter for them, so yeah, Matobata can just reverse the situation.
Like that, especially with the wall break damage there. Pause meter bonus does find the IBFD.
Also, is Zato-1 a believer with the burst? Yep. The same goes out for them. The pole's gonna interrupt the sword.
Nice anti-air. Fortunately, no Eddie gauge. We see the 5P stagger pressure. 6P calling out the approach and just a wake up 5P. What's the worst that can happen? You lose that last touch of a health you have? Question mark.
Maybe. Alright, now Zato-1 takes it a little bit of a distance. And again, the pulse pressure in the corner. Zon trying to find the gaps, trying to jump out maybe. Alright, into the grab, probably gonna be a wall break with Amorphous. Oh no, with the Eddie reset super. Alright, now it's a positive bonus Zato. There is burst for Zon. You gotta spend it at some point, but it's scary against Zato.
Yeah, we're really hanging on to it for quite a while here, to the point that it maybe even be considered to hang on for the next game here, as no chances presented. The BRC air movement getting called out by the 6P, and Zato-VaN now one game away from moving on to that losers finals to face off against PataChu.
The aggressive answer for both players, and Zato-1 wins this exchange, puts Zon in the corner.
Ooh. Beautiful opener there. The PRC forward, trying to maintain a bit of that pressure. However, does escape. Nevertheless, finds that tag. The same side mix. Good awareness from Zon, but it's getting very tricky and is already spending a lot of meter to try and survive this pressure and reduce the chip damage. Now we're stuck down to the corner with that last bit, and the trade with the 2S into the far side puts Zato-VaN now on set point here against Zon.
And you know what? You know what I just realized? We've seen so many games of Zato, but we haven't seen Zabubu come out once.
Oh, that move is not functional.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it really does nothing for Zato.
It's just a funny button, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea was there, but the fact that you can just hit him out during the transport of it is just, and it's like a bit of startup with it. It's like,
Oh
rather
no,
not.
this is not it. I thought that he was just like kind of invincible in the transportation phase, where he just combos you behind you.
Nope, you just slap him, might be gone.
All right. Then yeah, no Zabubu for Zato.
Nice, big heavy call out, instantly closing the distance here. Son with a chance to stay alive here and tie up the score. Just find that 6P, however, not going to be a counter hit, so no further conversion. And immediately that allows for Zato-VaN to take reins back, put him into the corner, catching off with the stagger pressure a little bit, but no more Eddie gauge. Going to be interesting how they run the pressure from here. Does find the RC, the regular throw, and Eddie is back on the table. Scooped up into the command grab. The health is depleting very quickly here for Zon. Soon there's not going to be much left to burst even.
Alright, just playing some air footsies. Zato-VaN just using the pulse to absorb most of the stuff. And somehow Zon got the warning from the ice kill with the danger. Been backdashing a bit too much, but now Zato-VaN was the full meter, waiting for the LDH to come back. Now, yeah, Eddie immediately comes back. There is almost no health for Zon, just trying to burst, but no. Eddie gonna pierce. And yeah. Is it 2-1, right? Or is it over?
It is 3-1, Zato-VaN
3-1,
taking it
yeah.
and moving on to the losers finals to face off against PataChu now.
Alright, Zato-VaN on their way to, like, they stopped 2 upsets versus Goose and versus Zon right now. Zon, good job making it to top 4, upsetting Andros. But now we're gonna see PataChu versus Zato-VaN. Who is gonna play against that? Who is... Okay, actually, both players have a revenge match against Tiger. Both PataChu and Zato-VaN. Let's see who's gonna get a chance to come back.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see Zato-VaN get that rematch, because out of the two, he had the best shot of netting that win, right? PataChu looking a little bit lost in the process of what do, but maybe, we'll see, right? Maybe it could just be PataChu needing to be sent down to losers, right? As we talked about earlier. That loser side run is just going to put you on demon time, where you finally lock in to make the full comeback.
Alright, 6 piece, round start from Zato-VaN. Oh, just immediately calling out the grab. Alright, Zato-VaN.
See the 2K there, trying to see if maybe flip some kind of approach, or maybe even Eddie that's already long expired. But the DP able to break on through. Runs up, chucks it back into the corner. It's my time to run a bit of that pressure.
Oh, the huge counter hit immediately into the car super to break the wall for the positive bonus.
It's
Now
my time.
Zato-VaN with a tough slot. Oh, almost enough gauge for the burst. We've seen already enough hero bursts coming out of Zato-VaN, so yeah, it's not too far-fetched that they're gonna use it here.
Ooh! Big shimmy there, gonna get a nice punish. Interesting to see the hero burst there from Zato-VaN, but it's gonna get slightly rewarded. Wait, hold on. Maybe rewarded somewhat further. Now trapped in the corner, a little low on the resources. Does have to mind a Hawkbaker attempt. YRC keeps him trapped for the time being, playing it nice and slow, avoiding the range of the 2S. Gonna get that run-up throw and escorting him back down to the ground, but inevitably puts himself into the corner
again,
and the
shimmy.
throw. Yeah, the shimmy. Trying to catch some, I believe, a follow-up there, but ended up backdashing away.
But yeah, Zato-1 almost got the full price of getting the round, but they got at least the bonus prize for bonus. And again, the shimmy. PataChu just reading Zato-1. They wanted to grab him so badly, but backdash, okay, alright, Zato-1. Now puts PataChu in the corner without the burst. Now let's see.
A little bit of stagger pressure, finds a big old counter hit. Just a little bit of Eddie Gauge left to run the pressure. Sun Void, unfortunately, canceled it too late there.
Unfortunately for Zato-1, and now they are in the corner without the burst versus PataChu. It's gonna be a wall break with the super. Alright,
Hard knockdown, good on the stamina bar. Gonna get that positive meter bonus. We see the IBFD attempt, but that does not push PataChu away far enough. Now trying to look to snipe the Eddie, as Zato-1 is carefully utilizing the follow-ups here to orchestrate this maneuver, putting PataChu in towards the corner. And this time gonna leverage the Sun Void. Gonna hit, gonna get the wall break, and Eddie is back on the table.
And yeah, gonna equalize the score. Oh, alright, huge round stuff from PataChu. Already half-life is gone for Zato-1. Oh, the good pulse calling out PataChu's advances. But now it's a full meter, and yeah, immediately banging for the burst, for the car super. There is burst for Zato-1, but like there is not a lot of HP left to use it.
That's true, but depending on like if Zato-1 overextends himself to get counter hit punished or whatnot, he can leverage the burst in the pressure situation. However, the control he has here right now is looking really, really good. But sadly, didn't have enough meter to get the finishing blow. PataChu also in a similar situation where the burst can't quite be utilized. We see the gold burst that get off me. But the RTO, can he be safe behind it? I think. Wow.
Yeah, no. The 5P gonna take it. Zato-1 takes the lead.
Really, really solid stuff there. But that's exactly the kind of situation, right? So you may not have enough health to survive a confirm to that burst and deny the further combo from your opponent, but you can most definitely leverage it to just do a quick get off me type maneuver to create a little bit of space. And for Zato, especially the screen position being slightly close-ish to the left corner, flinging PataChu in that direction to be able to then deploy the Eddie was a very, very smart move.
Alright. Now, Zato-1 tries to take control, but good challenge coming out from PataChu. Now, we are going all the way to the different coast. A huge counter hit again. Zato-1 immediately spends the burst, doesn't want to get wall broken.
Yeah, you can see PataChu spending a lot of time being very proactive at normals at full screen, trying to just put out this big roadblock should Zato-1 try to really send Eddie forward to control the space, but nevertheless, right, able to get the kind of pressure he was looking for, but unfortunately, PataChu was able to block out virtually everything. Oh!
Alright. It's enough, right?
Yeah.
It's the 100 meter, yeah. Oh, huge connection confirmed immediately into the AD. PataChu spending the burst just to interrupt all of it. Now, oh, good setup coming up from Zato-1. Now again, PataChu find himself in the corner. It's an advantage with the Amorphous for Zato-1. Let's see how they're gonna do it with a positive bonus. You need to be kind of mindful of the DP coming out because it's not often you see it coming out from PataChu, but yeah, Zato-1 immediately gonna equalize the score.
Don't need to be mindful about nada when your opponent simply dies, the strongest form of crowd control. However, now Zato-VaN's back towards the corner. We see PataChu finding these openings with these RPS attempts into the tire and barrel, going to be dealing a significant amount of damage and getting this hard knockdown, though running out of stamina is still building up that red RC to be able to extend damage a little further. There is the last chance burst from Zato-VaN. Does trade air to air, and this is going to be a very tricky situation without Eddie.
chip damage does a lot also. Zato-1 finally finding some space. Now, to K2D, alright. There is still 100 meter for PataChu, so they can do the reversal shenanigan. Burst just came back into the picture.
Yeah.
All the like dash gonna get called out, but not really converting too much. And yeah, Gazelle into the grab. Gonna be a 1-1 on the scoreboard.
Certainly. So a bit of a back and forth, but we can see that PataChu is landing on his feet a little bit once more. So maybe once again a factor of having to have waited for a bit before getting to play again, and now warming up once more. But we'll see. Like, if the trend keeps up and he starts to get more and more control, and these rounds are leading to greater differences in life total before the round ends, you can possibly see that PataChu is starting to get Zato-VaN's number, but getting the number of a Zato character is always very difficult. There's so much that they can do to get the mix-up running.
Alright. Now 2S gonna connect, but gonna put to the different coast into the Sun Void. Alright, full AD reset. Is it gonna be DP? No challenge from PataChu right now. But 6P gonna put them in very advantage position.
Really, unfortunately, doesn't get the full conversion. Does find a quick hit there. Has Zato locked into the corner. Meets him air to air. Unfortunately, not getting a successful staircase. Getting himself 6 speed. Both players are scrambling for control here, but it is the sandwich situation that Zato had earlier with Eddie that made it very scary. Does perform a quick check here, and slowly but surely pushing towards the corner, chipping away at this health. One solid hit to finish things off with. The Hawkbaker, though, does alleviate a lot of time here, and there is the extension off of it into the RTL. It's going to be enough.
Immediate round start aggression from PataChu. Zato-1 tried to I.B. it and punish it, but didn't work out. But still, they're gonna get their positive bonus. No heavy knockdown, but still, it's fine. There is positive bonus, there is gonna be a lot of meter. We can get the wall break with the super next time.
Nice, big bar slash counter hit. It's going to be doing a significant amount of damage, and already you can see the red bar going up. The RTL to get that full speed turner conversion and the wall break to go with it, instantly equalizing the health deficit there. And now has Zato-VaN already trapped in the corner here, trying to find that 2S as well, using the PRC once more to fish for it. PataChu just maintaining that extra distance. The air throw, get him back down here. Red RC push damage a little further, and that is going to be the burst from Zato-VaN.
Alright, there is still burst for PataChu. Maybe if they wanna just win right here, right now. Zato-1. It's a tense position, but yeah, good jump out from PataChu, but no punish for throw with. Jumping gonna work out for PataChu, taking the lead 2-1.
And especially doing it off of a back-to-back round win, this is definitely starting to look like PataChu is getting this download. I think the download may already be complete. It's just now a matter of installing the files appropriately, as it's becoming a lot more of a dominant performance on PataChu's end.
Alright, what's it gonna be for the round set? Zato-1 immediately goes for the slash. The burst spent just not to get wall broken, but the huge counter hit. It's like almost the full screen the connection was.
Yeah, like leveraging that massive disjoint, right? Able to just completely destroy the button that PataChu swang with. Now though, very nice 2P confirming, goes straight into the RTL, gonna get that damage, that wall break, that hard knockdown, and plenty of resources left to play with. Means you're gonna run up throw.
Okay, Zato-1, is it gonna be a burst right now? Or are we gonna save it for the next round? Oh, good jump out. Now it's a chance for Zato-1 to come back.
Trying to really feel himself here, even eating in between all of that. Now trapped in the corner, red RC, and that is going to be somewhat of a hero burst here from Zato-VaN. The health on PataChu is low enough that should he get himself a really good hit, he could see that comeback. Just the spacing that PataChu was playing at set himself up beautifully to get that throw punish against the opposed setup.
Alright. Again, Zato-VaN find themselves in the control, but PataChu always managing to find the space to reverse it back. But now command grab and the 50-meter just to keep up the momentum. The pulse into the
A lot of
left shoulder.
poses. Deny any sort of response. He's bleeding away here at Delta PataChu. And just like that, baits out there. Hail Mary DP. Most likely, yeah. We won't even give the chance, but most likely worse is going to see that burst being used willingly by PataChu.
Also, thank you for the raids. We have like Badurus and K raiding. Welcome everybody. We are right now watching how both of the players, Zato-1 and PataChu, wanna get back Tiger Pop. And yeah, PataChu get a huge counter hit. Now it's gonna be car super. Alright. Baron Barrel gonna break Zato-1. There's so much, it deals so much damage.
Absolutely insane.
From Zato-1.
This does put PataChu in a really good position because despite being under the pressure of Zato-VaN, he has a lot of health to sacrifice. Great shimmy, but unfortunately dropping the conversion. Still though, in control, moving up and forward against Zato-VaN, trying to push him towards the corner. Does find another hit. Zato-VaN immediately bursting here, trying to deploy the Eddie on forward. Does find a quick few tags. And the Eddie gauge is running rather low. Does get the tap of the JS. RC for the conversion, and he has so much stamina to keep things running. Simple with the RTL. Wall break, that's the kill. 3-1 finish for PataChu, going to face off against Tiger Pop in the grand finals for that rematch.
Yeah, so it's gonna be PataChu who's gonna get try to get the revenge versus Tiger Pop, but Zato-1, I would say congrats, make it to top 3. No more car room, unfortunate, yeah. Or maybe we can ask Zato-1 to rent it for Winners Finals, right?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's out of there.
all right.
Yeah. With that, we're going to be preparing for our grand finals of Tiger Pop on the winner's side versus PataChu on the loser's side. And with that being our last, well, excluding the potential reset, but last set of this evening, do not forget that we still have 13 codes left to be claimed on the Matcherino. So !Matcherino, get that link, hit the link, head on over, hit the claim code button, sign in if you haven't done so already. And once you've completed that process, you'll have contributed 25 cents to the prize pool. Every little bit helps. And you are going to be supporting these players who are coming in week after week to put on this wonderful free entertainment for y'all. So do not hesitate, as we're going to be hopping into this grand final shortly.
So again, Tiger Pop already locking in a.b.a versus PataChu. Are we gonna see Hail Mary Lucy again, or trying things out again on Sin versus Tiger?
It could maybe see. I think most likely we'll see the Sin start, because coming off the match against Zato-VaN, getting to play 4 games of Sin, you may already be warmed up on that character. So to do a Lucy feels like a bit of a Hail Mary. Especially where the main issue seems to be just a lot of timing stuff, where Tiger Pop is swinging and doing these wonderful call-outs and net them quite a chunk of damage and conversion, as well as just this Jealous Rage Gauge play that comes right after it. Thankfully, both characters do have a DP to try and bust on through, but we see PataChu currently with the Sin hover, and I think it's going to be the Sins to begin to start us off with.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, hold up.
PataChu, maybe thinking. Hold on. What's it
Oh,
gonna
the
be?
Lucy.
Oh, no.
Okay.
The Lucy. All right. Trust in the process. Maybe there was something there that they saw.
Perhaps, maybe, like, yeah. It might just be that he needs the fallback of 2 games at least to find the answer he needs on Lucy, rather than the one before you get sent to loser's side. So we'll see how this thing's start off with already a much slower and footsie-based play, but might be FD setting up for a wonderful punish there by Tiger Pop. Immediately the IB of the big subs. Oh my goodness, these IBs have been immaculate.
One thing I would say about Lucy, like, right now she's not the strong character in any aspects, but she's really fast. She can move, she can close distance very fast. But against a.b.a, you don't really need to close the distance. She's in your face already. Oh, it's gonna get baited. Alright, PataChu. What's the debuff gonna be? So right now it's a first counter hit. All right.
Contagion healing up the health a little bit here, so just trying to get a bit more of a safety net against a.b.a, as well as just the pressure that's running here after. You can see the health slowly build up as Tiger Pops drains away the first round going to PataChu.
Alright. The process kind of working out right now, first round. Now let's see how they're gonna switch things up. Oh, counter hit. Alright.
All that red on the Jealousy Rage gauge there. Finds an opening. Gonna go for the big OTG. The side swap. Taking that corner steal there. Once again, the mix-up being blocked out. I don't think this is one that PataChu is gonna look to burst out. As we do see him trying to find an opportunity to get something started, but it's not meant to be. As it's now a round apiece between both these players.
Oh, the good round start from PataChu. Oh, huge gold. No. Debuff on a.b.a. But yeah, he would always install. We are going crazy right now. Banzai, alright. PataChu being patient. Just run up Banzai.
Ooh, I think that might have been an anti-air attempt, but timing slightly off. Now with PataChu trapped in the corner doing what they can to build up this Jealousy Rage gauge. Is going to find it as such, but Super will be more than enough to get the kill here. As Tiger Pop secures that first game.
Lucy. Yeah, Lucy is saucy. She has like, especially with the debuff routes, with the debuff super, she can do a lot of funny stuff. But I don't know. Like as a character as a whole, I'm kind of glad that DLC is not completely broken this season. Oh, PataChu still believing in Lucy, so we are going until the bitter end probably with Lucy, right, in this matchup.
Well, I mean, after this, like, if PataChu does end up losing this one, right, he still at least has that one more chance to go back to Sin or maybe even Elfeld. But yeah, for now, leaving in the vision,
does PataChu have a
something.
chance? Oh, I mean, you mean the one game, right?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, the finding in the corner. Alright, the Tiger Pop just dribbling in the Jealousy Rage. Swapping the corner, alright, Tiger. Gonna be released out the middle, but immediately RC to the counter hit. I think she's trying to find some space, but no, not gonna work out.
Yeah, unfortunately, anti-airs have just been too solid here. Tiger Pop now looking to extend the lead here against PataChu, but is trapped in the corner. The jump out being called out, but no major conversion just yet. A lot of stray hits has added up to quite a bit of chunk disappearing on the side from Tiger Pop, but no major conversion just yet. However, has the shock save for a moment. Not converting off of it.
Ooh, huge counter hit. Is it gonna be enough build up either? No, not enough. For debuff super. Now, good challenge on PataChu's side. Okay, equalizing the rounds.
Needs to go for the Jealousy Rage, install the footsie action to follow up afterwards, and does find themselves a really big counter hit on install. I'm gonna get the wall splat, so we're gonna have to run a bit of that regular mode pressure, just find the overhead. RC into the key grab, a full red bar of anger to go off of this next situation.
There is still burst for PataChu, but oh no, you cannot even use it because of the wild assault and the wall stick right now. What play from Tiger Pop 2-0. Not even forcing the burst gauge to disappear a little.
It was very, very smart routing there from Tiger Pop indeed. So that is 2-0 now. One game away from winning this week's SaltyEU. Will we see the character swap there from PataChu, or are we going to tough it out with the Lucy? Right now, it's looking kind of dire. There was a moment of hope, as we do see a few times here and there that PataChu does take a round off of Tiger Pop. And we are going to see the Lucy toughing it out here towards the very end. So There
There are
is no
some,
more
like,
fallbacks, even on the next win, right? It's gonna have to be a Lucy all the way to the reset.
yeah, but there was some convincing rounds where PataChu. It seemed like PataChu can do it. They can win with this character, but like it's a little bit maybe like the character timings is not quite there yet.
Oh my
Close
goodness,
dash,
what a
but the backdash. Come on. Alright, Danze again, run up, just close slash, just the insane pressure coming out of Tiger.
OTG and still had enough space to steal the corner there. PataChu not ready for it at all. Tiger Pop now on set point here and starts things off just dashing through the 5k and already getting that install. The party starter is ready to go.
Alright, manual uninstall into the key grab. Yeah, see with the full J simulator GP coming out from PataChu, gonna work out. Oh, the side swap into the 5D. Are we gonna take the corner? Yeah, we're gonna take the wall break into place to bonus.
Fish. Wild, a little bit of Jesse Rage Gauge remains, looking for a big counter hit, but the patience for PataChu just playing at a distance, looking to call out instead. Nevertheless, though, Tiger Pop does find the entry here, does escort them towards the corner, but here is the confirm. We're going to go for one malfunction, two contagion.
Alright.
The contagion is chipping away at the health here of a.b.a.
Oh, the huge counter hit. Okay, that's like this is around what I'm talking about. Like there is a light that PataChu demonstrated that they can win with this character. Alright, Tiger again, the full aggression, immediately spending the burst just to keep PataChu in the corner, but still they are managing to get out. The huge button again, the key just swinging into the face of Lucy.
It's interesting though that Tiger Pop is very much still aggressing even despite the slight life advantage. Of course, it's within the nature of a.b.a. to want to be in the face of your opponent to generate the Jesse Rage Gauge, but just this patience, this life lead that PataChu now has to get a distance and go call out instead is really making his character shine.
Oh, again, good connection of a overhead. And now the full Jealousy Rage. Danzai gonna be it's gonna be, oh no, drop a little, but the reset into the next ball break. Alright.
Yeah, and that will do it.
Congratulations to Tiger Pop, winning the SaltyEU number 153.
And of course, commiserations to the rest of the players for making it into that top 8 finish, right? Getting your character on that graphic is always cool. But yeah, 3-0. Tiger Pop really looking unstoppable, especially ever since the I guess the high that they might be running off of the EVO France win is really just trickling down to all these other onlines.
Yeah, always coming out of the the backwind of a huge win. Yeah, and you can see like in an in-game overlay the name Tiger Pop winning the latest event. Yeah, right here.
Your own
Just
name in the game. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
Reminding you who is the champion. Yeah. But so yeah, I think for tonight it's gonna be it. Congratulations again to Tiger Pop and everybody who made it to top 8. So yeah, or is it? Or we do have something else to say, Ice? What's up? What are we doing? Oh yeah, Ice already put all our socials. So you can follow YoKai in Twitter. You can follow me, maybe. I don't know. I don't post stuff. I don't post anything there. What about you, YoKai? Do you wanna maybe there's some stuff you wanna promote? I don't know.
Yeah, surely. No, I should mention already the Twitter, which I also don't post too much, but can never forget Zero Fundamentals. So we're all gonna be on our little winter hiatus and returning next year. That doesn't stop me from shilling it as always, but more importantly, don't forget to head on over to Outplayed, right? It's going to be happening in January. Every year it shoves up 1 month closer to the new year. So this time in January in Austria, Vienna, make sure to get in on the action because this time it is an AWT event, so there will be points on the line for Strive. So do head on over. It's a fantastic event. It's got it's a wonderful grassroots community that's gradually been building up to this high point for themselves. And of course, you can find some of the other Arc System Work games there, especially some of the older ones getting some major love. So would be nice to see as many of you as possible over there.
So, yeah, I agree. Definitely could be fun going to one of the Zero fundamental tournaments one time. Right.
Yeah, we'll try to get a 2-day one going again, just not next year.
That's sick. That's sick. But yeah, got our debates ready. Gonna be, of course, Tiger Up taking that W. Tiger Dup, one might say. PataChu, Zato-1, Zorn, Andrus, Goose, the Turtle, and Resil. So very, very nice debate there. Of good stuff. The triple UK on there. I think kind of strong right now, maybe. France washed? Question mark?
France washed? Thonks?
Where's France?
What about free? Who happened to free? Weren't they all cool?
PataChu.
The great Andros fall off? No way.
We are, though, gonna rate someone. Let me just see who's live. I assume PataChu is gonna stop streaming in like 1 second. Because it is late.
Well, we can transfer responsibility of the next raid to PataChu, maybe. I don't
Just
know.
did stop streaming.
Alright.
Dubenheimer's live, the classic.
Yeah, we could do Nubenheimer. We do Nubenheimer every time, dude.
Is there any other EU striver?
There is one guy who joined the tournament today who's called Little Crap, and is playing on Xbox and is playing Venom, and that's kind of funny.
That's fire.
That is fire indeed. Yeah, maybe we can raid them.
We'll go to Little Crap. Know what I mean?
A little crap shoot, let's go.
A little crap. Hope they're not toxic.
I mean, the AWT Silver event is behind you, so
That's
there needs to
true.
be 2 official TM.
The toxic winter arc, if the toxic purpose. But yeah, it'll be nice. Have a good one. Out.
Peace.